Welcome.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Resident Evil 4 Remake Mercenaries mode and share some tips and tricks to help you survive and score higher. First things first, you want to keep in mind of your timing. You want to collect all of the green crystals throughout the map as fast as possible before you start getting your kills. You do not want to start killing until you get all of the green crystals because you're on a timer. Once that kill starts, you're going to have a timer to chain different kills. If that timer goes out, you lose your bonus and it prevents you from getting the S++ rank. Mercenaries mode is a fast-paced, action-packed game mode where you have to kill as many enemies as possible within the time limit. The more enemies you kill, the higher your score will be. But it's not as easy as it sounds. You'll face tough enemies, limited resources, and a ticking time clock. Now the question is, how can you survive longer and score higher in Mercenaries mode? Here are some tips and tricks. First things first, you want to choose the character that feels comfortable to play for you. Once you got used to a certain character, that you will have to get used to playing around the map. Each character has their own unique abilities and weapons. Some characters are better at close combat, while others are better at long range. Choose the character that suits your playstyle and the map that you're most comfortable playing on. Leon Scott Kennedy, he's the best for when you're first starting out. He has both close range and long range weapons. He has the pistol, he has a shotgun, and a sniper rifle. So Leon comes fitted with the SG-09R with a laser sight and 30 handgun ammo. He also has the riot gun that comes with 10 shotgun shells. And lastly, he has the Stingray high-powered scope sniper rifle with 5 rifle ammo, including a combat knife as well as a first aid spray. All 4 characters in Mercenaries mode come with what's called a Mayhem mode. Mayhem mode is a special ability that grants every character their own unique special ability to help improve their chances of survival or to get out of sticky situations. Leon's Mayhem mode is called Bullet Rush. It increases Leon's damage and speed while active. At this point, from beating Resident Evil 4 Remake, you should already be reacquainted with how Leon plays, and hence why I say he's like the easier character to get used to off the bat. The easiest map to play on is the village because everybody have played the first chapter of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Everybody knows the layout very well. And to put it lightly, it is very easy to navigate around the map. It's just easy to get crowded and surrounded by enemies. Our next character is Luis Serra. He is outfitted with the Red 9, the SRM 1903, as well as a boot knife and a flash grenade, as well as 2 first aid sprays. So Luis's SRM 1903 comes with the biosensor scope. It's pretty much a thermal scope. You can see thermal heat signatures. Luis's Red 9 does not come with the stock, it's just the gun itself, but it's still very powerful. Luis's Mayhem mode is called Dynamite. Luis will drop a big bundle filled with dynamite on the ground and he will ignite it. It's best if you walk away from it as soon as possible because once it explodes, Luis will take damage from it. One thing to note is that Luis is impenetrable against explosive damage. So if you shoot like an explosive barrel, he will not take damage from that. Luis takes a little bit finesse and he takes time to get used to. You will have to play him a few times and study how he plays in order to master him. The best thing Luis got going for is that his Mayhem mode does an area effect explosive damage. So if you find yourself getting crowded by enemies, it's best to try and move out the way and wait for that explosion to go off, which will make it a little bit easier for you to survive. But the rifle is bolt action, so it's not wise to use that while you're surrounded. It's best to use that for only far distance purposes. Our next character is Krauser. So Krauser has an explosive bow and arrow. He also has the TMP and a fighting knife, as well as 3 flash grenades and 1 first aid spray. Krauser is one of the easier characters to use. His knife is overpowered as hell, and you can literally take out waves of enemies just by using the knife alone. Like, the knife is enough to get you by. One thing to note about Krauser, his TMP does not come with a lot of ammo, so you'll run out of ammo for that gun really quickly. So instead of using the bow and arrow with the explosive arrow tips, I just use the knife to kill as much enemies as possible. Especially during the beginning stages of the Mercenaries mode. Like, when you first start fighting the weaker Ganados, the knife will take them out really quickly. And by then, you'll have a whole bunch of ammo for when the tougher enemies start to show up. So on the island, right, once you kill a certain amount of Ganados, there'll be the Ganados with the Lost Placas on their back that make them move really wild and fast. And then you will also have to fight the tougher Ganados with the Gatling guns on their arm. I do not waste any ammo on these guys. I just use the explosive tip ammos or grenades just to take them out as quickly as possible. Then I'll switch back to the knife to take out all of the regular Ganados that's in the area. Now, Krauser's mayhem mode is called mutation. He'll literally mutate into the weird arm things when you fight him in the campaign. You can do regular combo attacks with him, and then if you hold down the left and right triggers, he'll do like a supercharge that'll take out waves of enemies instantly. And last but not least, we got our well-beloved Hunk. Hunk comes with only the MP5, and boy, that gun is overpowered. It takes out Ganados in just 2 or 3 hits, and he'll have like a boot knife as well as 3 hand grenades and 1 first aid spray. One thing to note about Hunk is that once those enemies are stunned, he'll instantly kill them by breaking their neck. That don't only work on the Ganados, but it works on the Dr. Salvador, the Chainsaw Twins, as well as the dude with the pig mask. It literally kills them with 1 shot. Hunk's mayhem mode is called infinite ammo. So while that's activated, Hunk does not have to reload his gun. He'll just keep firing until the duration is gone. But infinite ammo's duration is pretty long. I'm not sure the exact duration of it, but I know it lasts pretty long, and it's enough to get you out of a sticky situation. I would say that Hunk is arguably the easiest character to get an S++ rank on in this game mode. In order to unlock both Krauser and Hunk, you'll have to get A ranks with both Leon and Luis on different maps. If you ask me, Hunk doesn't need more than that MP5. That MP5 is very dangerous. So yeah, that's what he got going for him. And that's all the characters that's in Mercenaries mode so far. But let's get into the actual tips and tricks on how to survive. Tip number 2. You want to use your resources wisely. You'll have limited ammo and health as well as time. Don't waste your resources on weaker enemies. Save them for the tougher enemies and bosses that will most likely appear later on. Tip number 3. You always want to aim for the head. It deals greater damage and sometimes can instantly kill enemies. Practice your aim and try and get as many headshots as possible. Tip number 4. Use the environment to your advantage. You can use explosive barrels, traps, and other environmental objects to kill enemies and score more points. One little side note here too, if you kill the chickens that's in every map, one of them will drop a gold egg, and that gold egg will instantly fully heal you. Tip number 5, you want to memorize the map. Each map has their own layout, enemy spawn points, as well as item locations. Once you have the map memorized, you can plan your route accordingly, and you can also rotate and alternate between different routes to maximize on your kills. And those are some of my tips and tricks to help you survive and get that S++ rank in Resident Evil 4's Mercenary mode. If you guys have any other suggestions and tips and tricks, be sure to comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.